In previous episodes of Know Your Gun, my little amateur series on how to cheat a little bit and do a little bit better than your buddies out on the shooting range and when you go hunting, we've kind of focused on long range shooting out to 200 yards in some cases. In this one, we're going to do a little study on what I call close-in ballistics. The other day when I was out pig hunting, I took the air rifle with me thinking that I might pass the time while I was waiting on the turkeys or the pigs to come in by shooting some of the squirrels that were eating the corn out of the feeders. The rancher wanted them gone. Wasn't as successful as I wanted to be on that. I did get one. He was out about 20 yards. But the ones that were closer in than that, I either missed or I wounded and they ran off and I couldn't find them. And I don't like that. I was aiming right at their eye. What happened? All right, well, from 25 to 17 yards, all three of those went in the same hole, dead bullseye. So no change there, same thing. So what we call this is close-in ballistics. And what I did was I set my target out at 25 yards and verified that the gun was zeroed at 25 yards. There's the holes right there. Cover that up with a dime easily. Then I moved it into 17 yards. Same thing, pretty much bullets all in the same hole. Then at 11 yards, something started to happen. The bullets started hitting lower. Well, it's interesting. So let's set it up at 5 yards and see what happens. Well, the pellets all went in the same hole. So the gun is accurate. I mean, 5 yards is not that far away. But they were hitting an inch low. Maybe that's the reason I was missing those squirrels, is because I was shooting over them or shooting under them. So how can that be? Why do things change at the close-in ranges? If you look at this gun here, this is my little FX air rifle. Look how far above the center line of the barrel that scope is mounted. That's a good almost 2 inches, 1 3/4 anyway. So I'm thinking that the scope is looking this way. The barrel is actually looking quite a bit under that. Now at the longer ranges it converges and it doesn't matter that much, but at the short ranges, maybe that's the reason. So anything closer than 5 yards, the scope won't even focus. Now, I also got to thinking while I was out there, my buddy Pete gets a call on his cell phone. He was bringing one of my buddies to a stand that there was a big rattlesnake laying on the porch. So I thought, well, that'd be a perfect job for my air rifle. Maybe not. Because if I was aiming at that snake's head at 5 yards, which is about as close to a rattlesnake as I want to get, according to my results, unless I made a correction, I would have missed it. So his little open sight 22 proved to save the day, and that rattlesnake is going to end up as a nice belt for somebody. Point is, the more you know about your gun, the more you know about what's happening with the gun, what it's doing, then the better chance you have success. A lot of people don't think about close-in shooting, but with an air rifle, it might be something that you would want to use to dispatch a rattlesnake or a squirrel or a nuisance pest or something without blowing a big hole in the roof of your house or whatever. And you need to know where it's going to shoot. Here's something kind of fun to do. They sell these bug slug insect targets, and put those up about 25 yards and challenge your buddies to see who can come out with the best score. Looks like mosquitoes are 50, ladybugs are 40, flies are 35, bumblebees are 30. Kind of reminds me of an episode of the old Beverly Hillbillies where Jethro got counted off because he shot a bumblebee instead of a fly at 100 yards. See you next time.